Welcome, guys. Welcome to the Global Premier Futbol Podcast. This is week 27th and episode number 6 of our podcast. Welcome, and let's start with the most important games happened this last week.
Hola amigos, ¿cómo están? Hope you guys enjoyed the weekend. What a weekend of football, Premier League games, and
Carabao
the
Cup.
unfortunate loss of Chelsea in the Carabao Cup final.
It was crazy.
It was a good game though, and
Yeah.
well, let's crack into this thing and find out what really happened this week.
Yeah,
This weekend of football.
Weekend, and we starting on Wednesday, 23rd of February. So Spurs losing to Burnley. Spurs surprising everyone with defeating Man City, and then I wasn't honestly surprised because Burnley is at the end of the table, and they were expected to. It's actually the same happened to Spurs what Spurs did to City.
Yeah, I mean, no one expected Spurs to lose that game after the game they had against Manchester City. But it's very funny how this game is. So you are never going to predict anything. And yeah.
I actually
City-
didn't watch the game.
I watched the game.
You did.
I
yeah.
think
Spurs were bad. Like they had no chance.
they were not sharp like they were against Man City.
Yeah.
They were not really sharp. So when you're not sharp enough, I think in the goal they considered, it was from a set piece. So it was not as if they were completely outplayed and destroyed by Burnley. Of course, Burnley is a team, fighting for survival
Yeah.
in the bottom part of the table, and then boom, all of a sudden
Yeah.
they get that free kick, indirect free kick, boom, into the box. Ben Mee went up higher, smashed in the header,
Yeah.
and there was no way Hugo Lloris was going to save that. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Conte was not happy after the game. He was like, "I'm not." He said something like his future is not confirmed at Spurs with the performance in that game.
I think he said those things in the heat of the performance, right? He's a very emotional coach.
Yeah.
And he really wants to be in charge and in control of things at every club he's been to. Same thing happened when he was at Chelsea. He wanted to be in charge of player transfers, getting the players that really wants, not the players that the club wants to bring to him. And he before this game he already mentioned that I think they lost players, that they were downgraded player-wise than being upgraded by the number of players and the quality of the players they signed. They only had 2 transfers in, which is Kulusevski and Betancourt, both from Juventus. But the other players that left, I do not know if there were enough quality to replace those that left.
Dele Alli left, right?
Yeah. Dele Alli left. Their most expensive signing, what's it called again? The French player. No. What's this guy's name again? His name just left me here, but I will once I remember. He's a midfielder that went back to Olympique Lyon, and
Okay.
he's not been. He wasn't performing for them, he wasn't performing for them, and but they had to let him go, being the expensive signing. But yeah, back to this game, he was he was distraught. I'm sure he did not like the performance. I was listening to a radio talk show on Talk Sports after that game. He was really down. He sounded very down. Sports fans were really they were depleted, after the high they had against City.
Yeah. It's like a
And
roller
then
coaster.
it's dropped deep again, and now they've gone another high in their game against
Yeah.
Leeds United.
One
So-
time Conte mentioned about Kane, like he I don't remember exactly what he said, but he said like he wants him to be at Spurs. He's
Yeah.
But anyways, let's go to the next game because of the time. Crystal Palace scoring 4 goals against Watford. Um, Patrick Vieira.
Oh, yeah,
Is happy.
they destroyed Watford.
Yeah.
I think Watford. I was watching this game. Watford conceded first, and yeah, Palace scored first. Watford replied.
Mm-hmm.
Sissoko scored
Did
for them.
Zaha scored in this game?
Zaha scored some beautiful
Yeah,
goals in
because
this
Zaha
game.
has. I watched this Crystal Palace game against Chelsea. Zaha had
I
chances.
should get him into my
Fantasy.
fantasy, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even
I
know
mean,
what
he
I'm
didn't
doing on
score
my
this weekend
fantasy.
though. It was his shots were hitting the post, but he didn't finish. Like
Yeah.
same thing with Chelsea, he couldn't finish.
Honestly speaking, I wish I have him in my fantasy
Yeah. How
team.
many goals did he score in this game?
I think he scored 2 goals in this game. Yeah, he
Yeah, he
scored two
did. Oh,
goals
in
in
the
the
last.
85th
Okay.
and 90th minute,
Okay.
and he was the man of the match. Another player that I like in Palace is the Chelsea loanee, Gallagher. That
Mm-hmm.
kid is on fire. I can't wait to have him in the Chelsea midfield next season. I don't care who we have in our midfield, but the kid's got goals.
Mm-hmm.
That Gallagher has goals in his boots. He has scored 8 goals this season. 8 goals for a midfielder this season,
Mm-hmm.
playing for Crystal Palace. I think for the midfielders in Palace, he is the first on the list. He is the first name on the list. He is just 22 years old, played 23 times for Palace this season, all as in the first 11, in the starting 11. He's never coming as a substitute. So I believe Patrick Vieira has seen something very, very good in this kid, that
Mm-hmm.
he's like, it's like he's always in the right place, at the right time, in
Yeah.
the right moment in the box. He's a very good midfielder. So I can't wait to see him in Chelsea next season. Maybe playing alongside Mason Mount. You know, we'll have to see who we let go in the midfield section,
Mm-hmm.
in the midfield department of
Yeah.
Chelsea this
There are gonna
coming
be a few
season.
changes next year
So,
for sure.
but yeah, these kids that are on loan, Gallagher and Broger in Southampton, I want to see them playing for Chelsea next season.
Yeah. So last game for Wednesday, 23rd was Liverpool Leeds. I think I saw the highlights of Liverpool scored very early in the game, and they kept scoring. I think there were 2 goals from Mane, 2 goals from Mo Salah.
Mo
Mo Salah
Salah.
wanted to have a hat trick. I
Yeah,
think he couldn't score in penalty. I don't remember.
yeah. I wish he got a hat trick. He got me good points in my fantasy team
Mm-hmm.
for scoring those 2 goals.
Oh,
And
both were on penalties. No, he did
yeah,
score
he scored
both
two
of them. Yeah.
penalties
But
that
then he
day.
tried to but hit the post, I think, or it
Yeah.
was saved or something.
They had a very, very good game. Leeds were battered and destroyed. Leeds have been conceding goals here and there. Now
And this brings Leeds to the bottom of the.
they're
No,
not
no,
yet at the
it's
bottom. They're not yet in the bottom
yeah, it's
three
the other
though. They're
team.
still 1 point ahead of Everton. They are 16th on the table, and Everton is just 17th.
It's the
But
Norwich that is end of
yeah,
the league. Yeah.
Norwich for me. Norwich is already gone. Norwich is
Yeah.
relegated for me. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, Norwich, but yeah. So yeah, but
Yeah, nothing surprising from Liverpool.
Liverpool. I was not surprised that they won. It's something it's like their second nature. Winning football matches, and whether
Yeah,
high-profile teams or low-profile
they're
teams.
so good at attacking. They're so fast. Like even today, the Carabao Cup. We'll talk about that later. At the end, that the three of the strikers they run together. Like they know how to press the attack.
Yeah, I was watching them in their defending, the transition uh, from attack to defending, from attack to defense.
Mm-hmm.
I saw them, they drop into a midfield five. So they defend with 4-5-1 when they do not have the ball. That's when you see Mo Salah dropping all the way deep, and then you see Diaz
Mm-hmm.
dropping again on the left side. That keeps with the mid three, which was Naby Keita and Henderson, and I think and Henderson, Naby Keita, and who else was in that midfield? Three. I can't remember for today's game, but they drop with those three in the middle, and they make a mid five.
Yeah, I think they've gotten used to
So
as very complementary to their style.
yeah, they are quick, they are
Yeah.
strong, they are rapid, they are dangerous in counter attacks. So Leeds, whenever they are on the ball, they press hard, they they work hard. That's one thing I like about Liverpool. They work harder than
They
the
do, yeah.
opposition.
They're
And
physically working really hard.
exactly.
They take their trainings really seriously. Okay. Thursday, we had Arsenal versus Wolves.
Oof.
Very important game. Although Wolves had an important game today as well against.
I feel bad for Wolves actually.
Yeah, against West Ham.
Today they played West Ham, and on Thursday they played Arsenal. I wanted them to win Arsenal, but I think they went to sleep honestly.
Yeah,
And when
the
you go
last
to sleep,
half they were not
yes,
there.
when you go to sleep, you invite trouble against a very quick side like Arsenal. I think Arsenal are becoming a stronger team.
I think the
now.
last goal was own goal. Yeah, it was on own
Yeah,
goal.
it was an own goal.
Yeah.
It was an own goal. But how you get an own goal? You don't just
Like,
get the own goals don't come free of charge. It comes from pressure. It comes from insisting. It comes from putting those dangerous balls in the box. Whether from very firm ground crosses, right, from the right, from the left. Anyone that touches it, it goes in. You know, I, I mean, Wolves, their energy level dropped in the last 10, 15 minutes of the game, and Arsenal kept coming and kept coming and kept coming and kept coming. Lacazette was persistent and persistent and persistent. Actually, you could gift him the 2 goals, not even, but it's funny how they, how they just award these own goals these days. But for me personally, I would give Lacazette the 2 goals because I think he really, really deserved it. He really pressed, he really worked hard, and I think
Yes, I remember he
Wolves
did.
just caved in right away.
He was fast as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're not missing Aubameyang, so
Yeah,
that's fine for them.
Yeah, I think their manager, what's his name, Arteta, is really happy. He was happy at the end.
Yeah. In
Brought
its
him-
last minute, last minute, and then you score
and
that
that
goal.
brought Arsenal to number 5 after that game.
Yeah, they right now they are sixth on the table again.
Yeah, after today they're 6.
Yeah, West Ham has gone back winning, but West Ham has played 3 more matches compared to Arsenal. So imagine Arsenal winning their outstanding 3 matches. Hopefully they do not beat Chelsea in one of those outstanding matches because that's one of the outstanding games. So if they win, even if they don't beat Chelsea but win the other 2 outstanding matches, I think they will go 4th. They will go above Man United. Man United have played 27 games and they have 47 points, while Arsenal has played 24 games and have 45 points. That tells you Arsenal are really,
Still
really
has a
pushing
good-
for
good
top 4.
position, yes.
They're really, really
They
pushing
will,
for
yes.
top 4.
Even
you know.
Tottenham has a chance still.
Yes, Tottenham has a chance. They still have 2 outstanding games. If Tottenham win their 2 outstanding games, they
We've
will
been
have
saying
48
this for
points.
so many times. Like Tottenham, I think had like 6 games in hand, and they're like, if they win, they can come actually number 2.
Yeah,
But they just missed
that tells
everything.
you, having outstanding games does not mean that
Doesn't
you're
mean,
going to get there. But
I don't know. With that performance against City, it was really promising. Even today was promising. Yesterday,
yeah,
but anyways, let's talk about the game on Friday. Southampton 2-0. I think Norwich had no chance in that game. They were like,
yeah, the football Southampton are playing these days, it's outrageous. Look at the number of touches,
Yeah.
714, and almost the double
shots
number
on
of
target,
passes. Yeah, shots on target, 9 shots on target is 9 shots on target, and total number of shots is
27.
27
Wow.
by Southampton. That tells you that they are really, really working hard. They are 9th on the table now, and they have 1 outstanding game, and I think they will remain 9th because
It's
Yeah.
just tough.
It's just tough to go a
Up,
little bit
yeah.
higher. I don't know who they're going to be able to displace there, but yes, that's the nature of the game, and they are really really playing good football. I like the way they play. They give you entertainment. They give you speed. They give you defensive coordination. They give you counter attacks. They give you good crosses and passes of the ball. They have a very persistent attack, Broja
Roger does not get goals though.
yeah, but I think he works really, really hard. Even though he doesn't get goals like that, but I think he works hard. Just that maybe he has to be a little bit clinical when it comes to finishing.
Yeah.
If he's clinical in his finishes, then I think he will get more goals. He's just not been able to be clinical in his finishes.
But their team composition is really good.
It is they just play 4-4-2.
Yeah.
If a 1-4-4-2 is the most balanced formation you can play. Your goalkeeper, back four, four midfielders, and two attackers. You're getting crosses from the right, you're getting crosses from the left. There's an integration of one of the sixes coming into the 18-yard box, or maybe one of the wingers coming in. So always you're attacking with three people, always you're attacking with four. And that's what Southampton are doing. And Che Adams, Broja, those guys are really, really good. Two of them are hard-working center forwards. And that is why it's working out for them. And I don't think their manager will switch this formation that he's playing right now for any other. They have good fullbacks that can overlap and put in good crosses. Kyle Walker-Peters played as the left back, and then they have Valentino Livramento playing as the right back. Kyle Walker-Peters is a natural right back, but he can also operate on the left. So both of them playing on the full backs. They overlap, or once they integrate into the attack, they're able to put in good crosses, and these guys can attack those crosses. So I like a 4-4-2 formation too. So they're pretty much fast in transition too. So they are not passively passing the ball here and there. They're coming at you. They play direct football as well. They have, I think, the best set piece taker in the whole of English football is their captain, Ward-Prowse. He is the best set piece taker
I think we
right now.
about him, yes.
And for me, maybe in the world, his free kicks, his direct free kicks are second to none. His set piece, dead balls are second to none. So he knows who to find. He knows where to place it. So I think England is on luck to have a lot of good set piece takers in their team.
That is true.
In their national team.
Okay, let's move on to this weekend's game starting Saturday. Let's talk about Spurs game. Did you watch that game?
Leeds and Spurs.
Yeah.
I was on the field coaching, so
Okay.
I didn't watch it, but I saw what Spurs did to Leeds United.
Oh yeah, they ripped
Leeds
them.
conceding 10 goals in 2 matches.
Yeah, it's pretty like one
And
with Liverpool.
Not scoring any.
Yeah, I think they sacked their manager today. They did. Yes.
Leeds United?
Yeah, they did.
Oh my. Yeah, it's I mean, it's I don't really know. I don't know what's
Yeah, they sack.
yeah.
Manager.
Oh my goodness. I'm
And their fans were really pissed off at the end of the game. They left the game even before, like 10 minutes before the end of the game. And Spurs, of course, did an amazing goals, good performance, and Harry Kane and Son.
I feel so bad for Marcelo Bielsa being sacked, but it's just that he was adamant in changing his style and approach of play. Like, remember the last time we were talking about Leeds United? They're an electrifying team to watch, but I think once they go out, their defensive setup in transition to attack is not there. They are always caught on counter attacks because they play wide open. Everyone is speeding, everyone is running. The intensity is so high. Players can see out 90 minutes of a game because they get tired. But as well, the defensive tactics of the team is not really, one of the ways to survive the Premier League is to stop conceding goals. That's one of the ways to survive the Premier League. And I think
You start
maybe,
playing more
yeah,
defensive.
not to play defensive, but to be cautious, to be defensively tenacious. You know, you become stingy. You don't give the ball away all the time.
Yeah.
Because what they do is just get the ball, boom, speed, let's go, let's run for it, send in the crosses, you know, let's try to finish it. Also, don't forget that they have players that are injured. Patrick Bamford has been injured. Calvin Phillips have been injured as well. So these players were not playing, and when they are not playing, you know, it makes, you know, it's difficult for them, you know. Uh,
I remember watching that game. Their body language was really bad, and I think in Liverpool game as well, conceding goal one over the other at the end, they were pretty much like body language was like they were not interested in playing the game.
yeah, just look at these statistics, okay? In the past 4 games of Leeds United, after they lost to Tottenham by 4, in the past 4 games, Leeds have conceded 17 goals and scored 2 only.
Wow.
So I really, really feel sad for the manager, you know,
Yeah, it's
because
not a
he's
good
a
way
good
to lead,
manager,
yeah.
but I think he needed a different approach to Premier League football. You know, that's what I think he needs.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm going to go
Best
apply
wishes
for the
for-
job in Leeds United
Yeah.
to see if I will be able to get to replace Bielsa. So Leeds United, here I am, and I'm willing to work my socks off for the team, and to help the team, you know, retain their Premiership status.
Next on the list, Brentford, Newcastle. Brentford got a red card start of the game, like
Oh,
6-7
yeah.
minutes in, and
Yeah, that tackle
it was
was
a really
horrible.
bad tackle. It
It
could have
was.
been broken his leg or something. Not broken, but still, it was really
Yeah,
dangerous. And he was not
that
even looking; he was just coming into his back,
it,
and that
it's
changed the game.
it's difficult, yeah, when you go into such tackles. I personally, I believe that no player goes into tackles with the intention of hurting other players, right? But yes, but you can still injure someone, and that is considered dangerous play. You know, even though it's not intentional, but it's considered dangerous play. So what do you do? It was a bad tackle. Let's leave it that way. It was a very bad one. But the highlights of that game for me was when Christian Eriksen came into the game.
Oh, yeah, he did come in. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, everyone cheered
After
about him. Yes,
9 months, thereabouts, or was it 9 months or 7 months of being out, released by Inter Milan, you know,
because he couldn't play in the Italian
he came back
league, yeah.
again to play. I've really focused on him in that game. The moment he came in, you know.
He was playing a little bit deeper.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Like in the
based
back.
on he's a central midfielder. He's an attacking midfielder. So, but if you look at the formation in which they played, you will see where he was functioning. So they were playing in a 4-3-3 formation.
Yeah,
So basically, we were playing on the right side of midfield. Yeah, he was for me, he was the highlight of that game. Being able to come back and play football again, it's one of the things that I enjoy to see. And also, I think he will be at home at Brentford, because Brentford has like 5 Danish players in their team: Christian Nørgaard, Matthias Jensen, Jonas Loos, who is on the bench. Zanka is on the bench. If you go down, you will see then Mats Ruslev on the bench, and then so
Yeah, lots of Danish.
he will feel at home at Brentford, and I don't know whether their coach is English or Danish. I don't know, but yeah. So I think there's a lot of the Danish connection to Brentford, because one of the Nigerian players that they signed used to play in the Danish league, and they brought him over to Brentford. So I think there's a lot of Danish connection there. So he should be able to feel at home there and enjoy his football again. But I'll be looking forward to that Christian Eriksen that we used to know and see when he played for Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah.
He's a very good set piece taker. So the
He's-
moment he
he's a
starts
visionary,
starting
yeah.
a game, you know, he's a very good midfielder. He provides assists. He can score goals.
Yeah, he's comparable
so-
to De Bruyne. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You can compare him to De Bruyne. He is world class too. So
With this match, Newcastle.
Thomas Frank is their coach is Danish. I knew that.
Okay,
So
that makes
maybe
sense.
that's why
sense.
that's
Yeah,
the
it's
connection
bringing-
there.
yeah, yeah.
So
But with this game, Brentford, they're not struggling for relegation, but Newcastle must be really happy. I think they're out of last three now. Because
yeah, Newcastle are on the rise. They're
they're
just
up-
like play
up
now. They are now
14.
goodness me, 6 weeks ago, you wouldn't believe that Newcastle will be away and
Yes, they
up
were pretty bad.
the
shape.
relegation zone. I was thinking that they will never survive, but it takes one good manager to identify a player that can make a difference in his team by playing him his right formation. In his right position, and that was, remember we talked about one of the guy that scored their first goal, Joelinton, the Brazilian, from the previous coach was playing him as a centre forward. He dropped him now into the number 10 in the midfield, and since then they've been up and running, creating chances, making those penetrating passes and switching plays, you know, enjoying his game in the midfield again and adding some goals to it. So I think he took once Eddie Howe took Joelinton away from that position of the number 9, which was where the previous manager, Steve Bruce, was playing him. I think that took out lots of pressure from the player, that because when you are playing as a center forward, it is on you, there's a pressure on you that goals must have to come through you. And if you don't score those goals, the fans will be against you. The fans will think you're not working hard enough. But the fans also maybe do not know that that's not your position. So when the new coach came in, took him away from that position, dropped him to midfield, he started playing well, creating chances, scoring goals, enjoying his football
And
again.
this is what you experience with your coaching here as well. That you move kids around and they play better in certain positions.
Yes, you have to find the positions and where they sit into your system and where they are comfortable playing as well. You know, because you have to play to the strength of the squad. If you don't play to the strength of the squad, then you are going to underplay them. And when they are underplayed, definitely they will not be able to give you 100%, right? So understanding and knowing which kid, which player sits at specific position. When you look at the characteristics, have a conversation with the player as well, okay? Check the player's playing history. You know, when Joelinton, I think he was in Hoffenheim in Germany before coming to England, I think so. He was not a centre forward,
Right.
so the coach realized that, put him back there, and thanks to him and his teammates, they are out 14th on the table. 14th on the table.
Yeah.
So that is a very and guess what? They still have 2 outstanding matches.
Oh, they do?
They still have 2 outstanding
Oh, that's
matches.
good. Newcastle, it was hard watching them.
Yeah,
They were with Everton, like Everton was up.
exactly.
Above Newcastle now.
They're just right behind Leicester City. You wouldn't believe Leicester City. Okay, Leicester have played 23 games, have 4 outstanding matches. Newcastle have played 25 games, have 2 outstanding matches. They're just under them. Brentford should be watching their back because they are just 15th on the table. I don't think they will go relegation. I don't think they will be relegated. For me, I think Watford will be relegated, Norwich City will be relegated, and maybe Burnley will be relegated or Leeds United. I don't think Everton will be relegated. They have to win games, right? That's the one thing. If they don't win games, definitely they'll be relegated. Oh my goodness.
We still
Imagine
have-
Everton being relegated. No, I do not want to.
You don't want Lampard to.
No, I don't want Lampard
Okay.
to be
Maybe
relegated.
that's the
no.
sentimental part.
Yeah.
Good. You saying about Burnley, which brings to our next game, Crystal Palace Burnley. So I think Burnley is putting in a lot of effort because, of course, they have high stakes. They don't want to leave the Premier League.
Yeah, they've done well. Thanks to their goalkeeper, Nick Pope.
Burnley goalkeeper.
Yeah, he was the man of the match against Crystal Palace. In the one that they tied. I think Crystal Palace have been the
Pope, yeah.
they're the team that have, I think, drawn the most games in the Premier League, and dropped a lot of points from winning positions. They went ahead, and before you know it, they also conceded a goal.
I think Zaha had a few chances here in this game.
Yeah,
he couldn't.
He had, but he couldn't finish them. He couldn't really finish them. Schlupp scored their first goal, and before we know it, Zaha. I mean,
Zaha is good.
Zaha is good. Zaha is good. I mean, no one doubts his qualities.
He's central striker.
No, he's a left forward.
Okay.
He plays on the left of a 4-3-3 formation. But the thing here is that sometimes his finishing product is
I think
not lethal.
I think it's maybe his one side is weaker, right side is weaker.
I mean,
he is a right foot.
What do we expect from players at this level to be able to dominate their right and their left foot? That's what I expect from them.
True.
You know, there are players that I don't know.
In Chelsea game, he missed a lot. I think he had like 3-4 chances.
Exactly, he did. But yet still, I think coming back from their demolition of Watford, the match before this one. Burnley is playing for survival.
They are.
And that is why they had to play the way they played. So when you win against Tottenham, Crystal Palace will be, psychologically, you will see that Crystal Palace could be an easy team for you, because you've beaten a team much more stronger than Palace, right? But they got a point. So for Burnley, in 2 games, they got 4 points. It's not bad. It's not bad of a ratio, right? Yeah. You win against Tottenham.
But they're still in the last 3, right?
They're still in the bottom 3, but at least you climb off the 19th to the 18th. So the next thing, once you climb that, look at that. See how dangerous it is for Everton right now, which we'll still talk about. But good for Burnley. 21 points for Burnley, 22 points for Everton, 23 points for Leeds United, 24 points for Brentford, and 25 points for Newcastle. Now, if you look at the number of games each of them have played, I think Burnley and Everton have played the least number of games. Okay, they've played 24 games each. So Everton should be watching their back very, very well. They must have to win their next game. If they do not win their next game, then honestly, I don't know what will happen to them. And Burnley's playing Leicester on Tuesday. So if Burnley ever wins against Leicester, Leicester's got 27 points. Leicester's got 27 points. So if Burnley wins against Leicester, Burnley will go out of
last 3.
We go out of the bottom 3, and Everton will drop into the bottom 3.
No.
That's a very, very huge responsibility and pressure on Lampard now.
It is.
To get this team up and going. They've played tough games. They've lost to Man City. You know, which they really, really tried. Unfortunately, the mental strength did not carry them through. Yeah. You know, all
I
the
think
way to the
I
end.
saw in the highlights the goal was
scored by Phil Foden. They went to sleep.
Yeah.
Flat-footed.
Yeah.
Flat-footed.
It was a mistake in the defense.
Yeah, flat-footed, flat-footed.
Yeah.
No matter what, you cannot be flat-footed defending. You know, you stick out your leg, it's either you score an own goal, you reposition the ball. Excuse me.
Yeah, it was a slip from Michael Caine.
Yeah. I was watching the game because that was, for me, the star match of the weekend. You know, Everton and
that brings City is still 1, and how much of a difference with Liverpool?
6 points ahead.
Oh, because they play one more game.
Yeah, they've won. Once if Liverpool play their next game and win, it just goes back to 3 points.
Okay.
You know, but if you look at City's next game, City is playing Man United.
United, yes.
That is a Manchester derby,
Mm-hmm.
and you cannot even think of United losing that game just like that.
Yeah.
It is war. So it's a fight between
What are the
both teams.
stats? United wins more game, or
Uh, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Every Manchester derby is like a fresh game. They don't care who's been winning before, because of course there's a king in Manchester, and United historically are the kings in Manchester.
Manchester United are the
Yeah,
king of
Manchester United are the
Yes.
kings of Manchester, and Manchester City are just trying to emulate Manchester United. So, with pride, ego, history, everything in at stake, at stake, it's going to be a do or die affair. So,
Yeah.
Man City, if they win, good luck to them on that, but Man United will come out against them very strong.
Yeah, which
I
will
think so.
bring us to this weekend's game, Manchester United versus Watford. I think I've watched that entire game. The biggest problem I can think of is that Ronaldo. There's a huge expectation from all of the team members that they have to somehow support Ronaldo with, especially Bruno Fernandes. I think he's a good player, but he doesn't get along. He doesn't have a chemistry the same way Keane and Son has, and I personally think he might have to play a bit longer with Ronaldo to have that.
Yeah, you might say that, of course. Come on. Kane and Son have been playing together
For-
for almost like 5-6 years now.
Yeah.
So you can judge them on that, but also Ronaldo is trying too hard to get a goal now.
He is, and he's
and
getting.
when you're doing that,
In that game, he
it's-
was stressed out.
when you're trying too hard, I think it heaps more pressure on you because you want to get goals. And Ronaldo is known for scoring goals, and he is hard on himself. So one of the things that he may have to do is to just take it a little bit easy. Try to maybe he's the center forward of the team, so it can be like, oh, just putting crosses. No, gets the ball to him, let him score. But as well, Watford dug deep. They came to draw that game. Watford did not come to win at Man United. Watford were not in Old Trafford to win that game. So they dug deep, stayed deeper, worked hard, defended hard, counter-attacked when they could. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it wasn't productive. Even they missed some chances, but yet, Man United, I don't know.
Manchester United couldn't finish. No,
I don't
it
know
says
what's going
67%
on.
possession, 22 shots. Couldn't find a way. I think Ronaldo hit the post. Ronaldo missed a few times. Bruno Fernandes had awful shots on goal away. I think he had one header and he couldn't put it in. Yeah. No,
It's unfortunate. I mean, Man United have been the most inconsistent top 4 team.
Pogba had one chance and he couldn't pass it right. I remember that.
Yeah, I mean, they are very inconsistent, and that is why they have to fight. They will have to fight this top 4 with Arsenal. Arsenal is right on their heels, and they have for how many outstanding games? Arsenal have 3 outstanding games. Man United have completed 27 games so far, and West Ham.
That puts Arsenal in a very good position.
Yeah, Arsenal. I don't hope that they win against Chelsea, but if they win their 2 outstanding games, which I hope they lose against Chelsea, which will make it their third, or the 3 outstanding games, then they will be in top 4. But there are still big games coming this season. We still have 11 matches left, for the regular season. It's 38 games, so 27 have been played, so 11 more to go. So we will see how each team will finish up, and yeah.
Yeah. So, which brings to the last game of Saturday, Aston Villa, Brighton. I think the second goal was a cracker. I think that's the same. The goalkeeper passed. It was one direct pass, and then he finished. Right? That's the one, right?
Yep.
Yeah. It was a cracker. I was like,
Villa have been, I think, Stevie G has reignited this team,
he has.
and
He's in a better position versus Lampard.
he is in a very better position, and he's gotten good games. I mean, I think the team has been rolling on. I think they've already. I think he's suffered how many defeats, 2 or 3 since he came in. I can't remember how many, but yeah, Villa are in a better position on the table than Everton. And my wish for both guys, because they were outstanding players during their playing days, is that 2 of them will do well. I like to see Lampard is a Chelsea legend. He's Chelsea's all-time top scorer. Stevie G is a Liverpool legend. So I think every English football fan would want Steven Gerrard and Lampard to succeed. Then it's up to them.
Yeah, but they have a long way to go.
Yeah, but the thing is that this game is not favorable to you, regardless of what. If the numbers are not falling in your favor, you get fired.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Someone was talking about Jose Mourinho, that he arrived in English Premier League in 2003.
Yeah.
It's a long time ago.
It's been. Yeah, it's been. It's been.
But
a
he
while.
has since he's arrived, he's always good. Yeah, he's produced results.
Yeah.
That's what they're looking for, right?
Exactly.
If you don't perform, then
if you don't perform, you're gone.
And that damages your career too.
It damages it, but also there's always chances. So the thing is that you have to take advantage. Your winning percentage will talk more of you, regardless of if you lose a job or not. If you have a high winning percentage, what happens is that you could be rehired easily, and also you experience. So the more you coach, whether once you're fired and maybe you get another job, if you look at people like Roy Hodgson, the Watford manager, the oldest manager in the league.
I don't think he has still more caps versus when it comes to who was that manager? I think Pep has not Pep. I think who has 600 plus? Morris. He has 600 in Premier League games under him.
Yeah, David Moyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been a while.
Yeah.
When he was in Everton.
Who are you talking about? Roy Hodgson, right?
Roy Hodgson, Watford's manager.
He has a lot of diverse experience.
I mean, he has coached almost everywhere in Europe.
Yeah.
So, that's why clubs will also go for him, because they go for experience. Clubs that are struggling they're.
He's done well at Watford, yes.
Yeah, I mean he's ironed out results so far. I don't think Man United was not able to beat them home and that way. I think they won at their home in Vicarage Road against Man United, which was what led to the Watford coach then to be fired, and they now came to Old Trafford and they got a draw again. So that's once you win a team in the first leg of the league, on the reverse side of the reverse, fixture of the league, I think you have a psychological advantage of that team once you meet them on the second leg, because you're like, oh, we beat them before. I think we can do it again. Sometimes it may not work all the time, but there's this psychological edge that you have, over a team that you are able to do iron out results and get the best out of your team, and push them, fire them up to work and to remember the previous results that they had against that same opposition and use that again against them. So it's all part of the psychological aspect of football.
True. Yeah. So last game of the weekend, which was today, West Ham Wolves, and I think I watched this game. Wolves made a horrible mistake in their back line. One of their defenders left the place where he was supposed to be, and then that's exactly where the pass was, and he finished. Who scored? Thomas. Yeah.
Yeah, so check.
Sojek.
Yeah, every mistake is punishable in football.
Who was Kilman? Was the defender who left? I don't remember exactly. But
Every mistake is punishable. That's
yeah.
what I tell players.
Until that goal happened, they were like neck to neck.
Yeah.
Similar chances.
They are just above each other on
Yes,
the table.
I was expecting this game to be very close, and it was.
Yeah.
Until
it was a very close
mistake.
game. It was a very close game.
Zuma was really good in defense. He saved a ton of goals.
Oh yeah, our brother Zuma is
passes.
back after the world wanted to eat him up for the cat.
Yeah, they mentioned about the cat too.
Yeah, whatever. There's another issue in the world now, so not the cat anymore.
Yeah.
I'm sure
is he
about
in your fantasy team?
Zuma is not. No, it's not in my fantasy team. I mean, I forgot to pick my teams for this weekend, seeing that Mo Salah was not available because of the Carabao Cup final. Rudiger was not available because of the Carabao Cup final. Van Dijk was not available for the Carabao Cup
And that's
final.
the reason their game was cancelled or postponed?
Yeah, that's why their games were postponed. So
that was against what was the game that was?
I don't know who they were going to play, but yeah, Rudiger, Van Dijk, Salah, all these guys were not available. And I didn't score a lot of points this week. Even Sterling has not scored goals since I selected him into my fantasy team. Like, what's going on here? But anyway, very good game of football this weekend. The last game of the weekend of this particular round of fixtures will be on Tuesday. I think maybe it's a rescheduled game though. Burnley will be playing Leicester at Turf Moor. So we will see what that game will look like, if Burnley is going to snatch a win. Newcastle have really picked up their form and actually going and pushing really hard. They're really in top form now. They don't even have all their players fit.
No.
Their centre forward Wilson is not even there yet, and but it's as if they've gotten these results going for them. So they're building momentum, and right now, what's good for them is that they're not playing the top teams. So if you're playing like Liverpool, like look at poor Leeds United. Leeds United played
Liverpool Spurs.
Considered 6, and then played Spurs and considered 4. So nail in the coffin for the coach, but they have been playing average teams, so that helps them. They and they have not. I think they build on that, because when you see your opposition, like, oh, maybe we're better in quality, so let's go out there and match them and try to beat them. So that's what they did to Brentford too, and they have more Premier League experience than Brentford. This first time Brentford is playing in the Premier League for tens of years. The last time they played in the English top flight, it was not yet called the Premier League. So this is their first time ever in the Premier League. So I think it's almost 72 years
really
since they last played in the English top flight.
Wow.
So
it's a lot of pressure.
It's been a time.
Yeah.
So
before that's all the games of this weekend. Before we finish, I wanted to talk about one last game, Carabao Cup final. So I'm not gonna speak. You're gonna speak more on that as it goes. But I was impressed by Lukaku's movement today. He was moving.
Yeah, I mean, we're still caught up in offsides today. We're still caught up in offsides.
A lot of offsides, and even the commentators were making this joke that the story in the history books is going to be like, and the flag is up. And the flag is up.
Yeah, it was 2 times that we scored and the flags were up. And the times that we we had the chances to score. We did not take those chances. Mason Mount must be ruining his chances.
Lukaku had one-on-one. He didn't. He passed the ball. He couldn't take.
I mean, yeah, that's lack of confidence. Because
yeah.
if he was confident enough, he could have muscled that guy, place it on his left foot instead of trying to pass it. Because that pass was one went into the offside, right? Take that up and try to smash it with his left foot.
Yep.
But I don't think it was meant to be Chelsea's way today. We missed a lot of chances. Mason Mount missed two glorious chances. Pulisic missed a chance. And trust me, if those chances fell to Liverpool, Mo Salah will not miss them.
Oh no.
Mane will not miss them. Luis Diaz will not miss them. Jota will not miss them. Even
Mo
I
Salah
don't think
missing is very
Minamino will miss those chances. But it is what it is.
Yeah. Tuchel was extremely happy. Not extremely, but he was satisfied with the performance. It's like,
yeah, I was satisfied with the performance because we created the chances. But I will always say this over and over and over again. In Spanish, we say, quien perdona pierde. If you forgive, if you let go of chances in a football match, you will be punished for it. And for me, it's like a natural phenomenon that happens in a football match. That's basically how I see it. And anytime I watch football matches, that one team continues to create chances and miss those chances, the percentage or the possibility of them losing that game is very, very high. The chances of losing the game is so high. And that's what happened to Chelsea today. Because when you lose chances, when you miss chances, it's like you are the other team. What you're communicating to the other team is like, guys, we got to buckle up. Guys, we have to step up our game because these guys are coming at us. And what is that going to happen? They will make sure that they tighten up in defense and try to be more dangerous in attack. And that's what Liverpool did in the second half. Liverpool kept coming in the second half. Because those chances that Chelsea had were all in the first half.
It was more safe from Mendy versus Chelsea missing chances.
Exactly. That's basically what happened. Because imagine if we had put away those chances we created in this first half, Pulisic missed, Mount missed too. If we had gone 3-0 up first half, there's no way Liverpool is going to come back against Chelsea in this type of game. And with what is at stake, with 3 goals ahead, there's no way Liverpool would be able to come back. But when
I think Liverpool could have won way earlier because there was one mistake when Thiago Silva was really angry. I think I don't remember who missed the pass the ball, and Mo Salah you just give him the ball, he's gonna just penetrate so deep into you in no time. But Chelsea.
It went to penalties. I mean, we did not lose in 90 minutes. We did not lose in 120 minutes. So once a match gets to penalty shootouts, it's no one's game anymore. It's not even the goalkeepers. Goalkeepers cannot really. They can only guess and throw themselves one side.
It's not a team game anymore, right?
It's just like
penalty,
you
like
against the goalkeeper
game,
and also the fans. And Chelsea.
And
one good thing I would take out from this penalty shootout is that all the 10 outfield players scored their penalty. That gives me hope that next time Chelsea is in a penalty shootout, my hope will be high of all the outfield players scoring their penalties. Because if one player missed a penalty, the outfield players, if any of the outfield players missed a penalty, it has a psychological effect if he finds himself taking another penalty in another match, especially in shootouts. I'm not talking about Jorginho, who is the master of penalty taking, right? Although he missed in the Euros, although he missed in a League Cup, in a Super Cup game against Liverpool, I think 2 seasons ago or 3 seasons ago, and when we won when we played the UEFA Super Cup between Liverpool and Chelsea, but right now I think they were I think they were prepared for penalty shootouts.
Mm-hmm.
Just that our goalkeeper was not fortunate enough to put that in because I think he was so nervous. I
Yeah.
think he was nervous, but I don't blame him.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of the game. When it comes to penalties, you cannot blame anyone for missing a
Mm-hmm.
penalty,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's an outfield player or whether it's a goalkeeper. So,
Yeah.
so imagine if he scored, the cycle will go back again to the first penalty taker.
Okay, it
All,
goes okay.
all of them will go back again.
I was like, hey, is it gonna finish? It's such a long penalty.
I remember a penalty.
I've never seen that long, to be honest.
I have.
You have?
I have seen it in an under 20 World Cup. I think Nigeria versus Holland.
Mm.
Um,
So repeated back.
2005. You know, that was when Messi was still coming up, right? And Nigeria played out. I think how many penalties did they take um, against the Netherlands? I think let me find out here. There, it was I think 17-15. it just continued going, just continued going, just continued going. Yeah, it just continued going. Now it was similar to this, not 17-15. I'm sorry, I'm exaggerating. It was 10-9.
10-9.
10-9.
So
This
was
one
more,
was 11-10.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It was like he continued going.
Yeah,
Oh,
all the penalties were good.
they were
10-9.
all good. They were precise. The precision, even those that the goalkeeper followed, but you can't touch them because they hit them very hard.
Yeah.
So it's like
Van Dijk, his penalty was like,
Van Dijk
Oh
and
my God.
Trent Alexander-Arnold.
oh,
They knew where they want to put it, and even if the goalkeeper dives
on that
like two
side,
times,
yeah.
he will not get there.
yeah.
You know.
Kappa had one chance. I think it was the 10th penalty.
Yeah, he
couldn't
won. He
save.
touched, but the one from Konate, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, we lost, and I think we lost graciously. Liverpool. Congratulations to Liverpool Football Club for winning the Carabao Cup. It's been a long time since that we are in a local cup final. I think 6 years ago, and last time that we were in a cup final, local club cup final, not the Champions League, but was 6 years ago. And they trusted. One thing again that I thought that I don't know why Chelsea did not start Kepa. Kepa has come playing the Carabao Cup for the whole season, and I think in the finals he should have been trusted to go on there. I understand that Mendy is the first choice goalkeeper, but also Kepa has kept the previous rounds, saved penalties against Aston Villa and against Southampton, prior to this. But I think maybe because of the quality of the team we are going to play, which is Liverpool, the coach decided to play
That's when
Mendy.
African Cup was happening, when Kepa was playing.
Yeah, there was a game that we played, and it was during the African Cup of Nations.
He saved 2 penalties.
And he
in the
saved
same game.
yes.
Yeah.
But I think that was why they brought him in. This time around, it did not work because it worked before, right? In
Penalties
the
again. Yeah.
in the UEFA Super Cup against Villarreal, it worked. He came in towards the end of the extra time, went on and made some saves, in the penalty. But also, I think Kepa should be sold. I don't believe that a keeper of his quality and price tag should be on the Chelsea bench. You know how much Chelsea paid for Kepa? 72 million pounds.
72.
72
wow.
million pounds. That's what Chelsea paid for Kepa. You know how much we paid for Mendy? Mendy, I think, was less than 20 million pounds.
Wow.
So,
And he's still young, right?
Kepa is still young, but sitting on the bench just for what? I think he
He's a
should be
good
sold
keeper,
to a
yeah.
club where
He's a confident keeper.
Yeah, he should be sold to a club where he can be able to play first in football. Revive his national team career as well, because I'm sure he would want to go to the World Cup, but maybe not this time around. I don't know. I mean, congratulations to Liverpool. I
Congratulations.
I served myself. I was about to have lunch, during that game, but I could not eat throughout the penalty shooting thing.
Yes.
I was,
And I was like,
I was the moment the penalty, we missed the penalty and Liverpool won. Just started eating. I did not talk to anyone. I just kept eating. I just like, what else? I mean, we lost it, and we lost graciously. So
yeah. Hey, there's always next time. Yeah.
Yeah, let's look forward to the next. We're still in two tournaments, cup tournaments, the Champions League and the FA Cup. So Chelsea should work on. Honestly, we need to work on our finishing as a club. Those guys should have nailed those things. Lukaku should get back to the Lukaku that we used to know. That dangerous Lukaku, firefighting, ferocious, brutal, bullying type of center forward.
Yeah.
I think that's the Lukaku we all know, and that's the Lukaku that Chelsea fans were hoping for. When we signed him, but it hasn't worked out. But we'll see. There's still lots of games to be played this coming days. So the boys will have a rest. I'm sure they will all, both Liverpool and Chelsea team, they will be having a day off, because playing 120 minutes, almost 2 hours. That's 2 hours of football.
Yeah,
and then you go into the psychological
that kind of
battle.
subs too.
Yeah.
But still, 2 hours. It's
2 hours of football.
They were tired like last two extra time. Yeah, they were struggling. Both of them. But anyways, I think that's all we have for this weekend.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, listening to us wherever you're listening. YouTube, Spotify. Subscribe on YouTube and.
Yes, guys. Thank you for your time. Thank you for supporting us and listening to us. Just listening to us, it's a very good way of supporting us. So if you have not smashed that like button, please do so, and click on the notification button there with the bell, so that you get notifications once we post new content. Other than that, muchas gracias, dankeschön, my people.
See you guys next time.
Enjoy your week.
Yep.
And